Hi kids, Uncle John here with another episode of Puppet Theater. Boys and girls, we've got an extra special return guest today. So without further ado, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Hello, boys and girls. Did you recognize me with my glasses on? Boys and girls, as your president, I have access to lots of information unavailable to unavailable to my fellow citizens. But today I need to share some of that with you. I don't want you to think of me as your president. Think of me as Barry, the local sheriff. And boys and girls, I'm rounding up a posse. You've heard of the James boys and the Younger brothers and the Dalton gang. And you know what happened when the Clanton boys went calling on poor Becky. Oh, what they did to poor Becky. But boys and girls, there's some desperados out there worse than all these other outlaws combined. They're called the Koch brothers. That's Charles to the left and his brother David to the right. They look pretty nice guys, don't they? In disguise. This is the most recent picture we have of Charles Koch. His nickname in the underworld, Dr. Evil. Looks a bit like Dick Cheney, doesn't he? You know, it's an interesting but true fact that Charles Koch and Dick Cheney are never seen in the same place at the same time. I'm just saying. This is the most recent photograph we have of David Koch. He only stands about 4'9", and he's not too handsome without his wig and his elevator shoes. But don't let that fool you. He's 230 pounds of pure muscle, and he likes to hurt people. Would you want to run into him in a dark alley? Would you want your mommy to run into him in a dark alley? Huh? His nickname in the underworld? Davy the Enforcer. Buckaroos, the Koch brothers live with their houseboys, Ricky and Ticky, beneath a glass dome in Wichita. That's in Kansas. This is a live picture shot from a drone over the Midwest. You know, boys and girls, it's an interesting fact that in the old days, a map of the United States would show all the maps in the same color. Then, with the advent of the air age, people began to realize that all the states were different colored. So nowadays, they show the states in different colors to reflect the new knowledge. That's a little history lesson for you. Or is it geography? I always get confused. Anyway, there are only 3 towns of note in Kansas. There's Dodge City in the southwest. Thanks for holding still for us, boys. There's Kansas City, Kansas in the northeast. I said northeast. Northeast, controller. There we go. Keep going. Keep panning. No. That's Kansas City, Missouri. City of tall buildings. City of fountains. City of progress. You know, buckaroos, they vote solid Democratic in Kansas City, Missouri. Controller, pan over to the west a bit. Just a hair, just across the state line. There we go. Now that's Kansas City, Kansas. Bless their little hearts. They do the best they can. And then there's Wichita. You know, boys and girls, Wichita used to be called the air capital of the world. Know what they call it now? The air pollution capital of the world. Do you know why? That's all right, controller. We're dealing with some intelligent young minds here. We'll just present them with the facts, and they can make up their own minds. See that lake in the background? The Koch brothers are so rich, they bought up all the water in Kansas, and now they won't share it with anybody. Not even the flowers. Not even the flowers. Would you want to live in Wichita, boys and girls? You could ask the people who live there now what it's like, except for one thing. They're all dead. Every single one of them. Whoops. I may have miscounted by one. It's a little girl. Hey, I know that girl. That's little Rita Redpurse. Get out of there, Rita. Run. Rita, run. Get out of Wichita. Get away from the Koch brothers. You're almost there. Make it to the state line. Oh. Oh. Poor little Renee. You know, I knew little Rita when she came to the White House. She was in her wheelchair. But she was so excited when she got to meet the president, she jumped out of that wheelchair and never had to use it again. It was like a... Well, anyway, we're sure gonna miss little Rita.
Mr. President, excuse me, I didn't... Tombstone, Renee.
I said Renee. That's what I said. Didn't I say Renee?
Yes, sorry, Mr. President.
Well, boys and girls, at least little Renee made it out of Kansas, only to die in misery. The Koch brothers sometimes leave Kansas to go on raids. Recently, they went to Boston, where a little lost puppy dog looking for its family made the mistake of approaching the Koch brothers. They were caught on a traffic camera. Roll that tape.
Well, what do we got here? Looks like we got a fat little puppy. You know, puppy, you got a lot of nerves coming up to the Koch brothers. We got more dollars than you got fleas. Maybe we ought to teach him a little manners.
Stop it! I can't take anymore. All that puppy wanted was to get back to the family that loved it. I wish this were trick photography, but it's not. You can't make this stuff up. Oh.
Ready?
Prop lady. Prop lady. Gently, please. Thank you. As I was saying, you can't make this stuff up. Oh. Prop lady. gently. Ow! Take her name. Freaking little people think they're so important. Anyway, buckaroos, if you were going on vacation and had a little fat puppy dog, would you want the Koch brothers to watch it while you were gone? I'm not saying one way or the other. What's your opinion? Who's ready to join our posse? Oh, I see a lot of hands out there. Buckaroos, I don't want you to think that we're in this fight alone. This is my chief deputy, Nevada Harry. He's the leader of the Senate. You know, Harry Reid is from a little bitty town out in the Nevada desert, a little bitty town called Searchlight. A lot of folks said nobody who comes from Searchlight will ever amount to anything. But Harry was a fighter. When Harry was 16, he tried out for the high school debating team. Didn't make it. He had a high, screechy voice and a hard time stringing together two sentences. A lot of folks said, this kid from Searchlight will never make it. But Harry was a fighter. When Harry was 16, his Aunt Tilly went up to him and said, Harry, you've got a character problem. You take a lot of shortcuts. And if you don't develop some principles, you will never succeed in any enterprise or business. But Harry went into politics, where he's done quite well, thank you very much. Buckaroos, the Koch brothers are so rich, they think they can say anything about anybody, even our revered public officials. Where do they think they're living, anyway? They keep hiding behind that pesky Bill of Rights. They keep hiding behind a revered Constitution. Well, with a man like Harry Reid on our side, we'll soon put a stop to that. We'll round him up soon enough. But my problem, I haven't been able to decide what we're going to do with them when we catch them. Can you help me? I've found it helps to look at a bright, shiny object when I'm trying to concentrate. Keep your eyes on the 10 star. It'll help you concentrate. Any ideas? Keep looking. Yes, keep concentrating. Just look at the star. Boys and girls, I couldn't think of a thing. But if you could, be sure to write your local newspaper or TV editor. Don't worry that you're just a youngster. Sappy editor. Progressive editors love to hear the wisdom from civic-minded youngsters. By the way, oligarchy is spelled O-L-I-G-A-R-C-H-Y. Just in case that's what you're thinking. Bye-bye!